Greetings, Patrick here, Half Cheetah Will View, and we're here for another film review here on a very, very chilly Thursday. It is 23 degrees outside, and so we decided to do this review and stay warm. So me and the Cheetah, we got some Christmas presents from our good friend Hobbs Horror. I know we talk about Hobbs a lot, but that's because he does a lot. Um, he sent us some goodies for Christmas, and so last night I said, "Hey, let's go check out what the Hop sent us." Um, so one of the movies he sent us a package of three movies from BayView. Um, now normally I get BayView myself, but I have been so swamped I have not been catching up with any other recent releases. So when I got these, I was pretty happy about that, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna review this, and so I can make my good friend Peter Castro a little happy. Hey, we're still Bayview fans. So we decided to watch and review this movie called The Sect. Now, this is an interesting movie. When I got this movie, it says Bayview right here, and it said 2020. But when I looked at it on the back of it here, and this is a good thing, trust me. When I looked in the back of it, I noticed another friend of ours, Raymond Murray, is still sitting right here because The Sect is an Argentinian film that was released by Artploitation Films that Ray Murray had before he sold it to Kino Lorber, and he started Cinephobia. I know, crazy, right? The only thing missing from all that is Kevin Bacon. But the video's not over yet. Uh, so the Sect is a 2014 film that was, I guess it was re-released or released for the first time here in the United States in 2020. And the back of it says this bizarre micro-budget sci-fi horror film reminiscent of the 1980s classic Liquid Sky focuses on a young woman who goes to a job interview, never suspecting that she is at a mysterious sect that participates in the business of human trafficking. A fascinating and weirdly engrossing tale in Spanish with English subtitles. Okay, sort of that. Sort of it is right. Um, Now, according to the other synopsis I read, it was about this young lady who just got into Argentina, and she's looking for a job. She finds this. She got this ad in her hand, and she walks up there, and she is met by a young lady, and they talk. I didn't get the impression that she was a foreigner because she spoke Portuguese very fluently, actually, or Spanish. Um, so you didn't get the impression of that, but you did get the impression that she did definitely need a job. And so, lo and behold, she literally is hired on the spot. Uh, but was sort of quirky. It's very quirky. She's required to um, she's required to be available 24/7 um, on the weekends, holidays. She also has she also has to live at the building that she's in. She has to live there for free rent. She also has to when she gives her ID, the social security number or what have you, whatever they do down in Argentina, they keep it. And she has to start today, and she has to sign a contract. So she doesn't know, when she's trying to read the contract, she then is bullied into, okay, well, you've read enough, even though she's still on the first page. She's trying to figure out how much the job pays, and so they pretty much just bum rush her. It's just a wrong. It's just all wrong. It's you go once you watch the interview, you just sense it's all wrong, and it turns out that they drug her. They offer her a glass of water and they drug her. So Kalima wakes up and she finds out that she has been kidnapped. She's still at the building, but she is going to be used as a sex worker. Or I shouldn't even say that. I should sit there and say she's being assaulted. She doesn't want to be there. She tries to get out. She can't get out. They have her tied up. Um, and then it follows her. It follows her. It's just very bleak. And the cult itself, the sect itself, is only of two people plus a leader, and sometimes the leader is there, sometimes he is not. He speaks to like a robot, like um, not necessarily a robot, but a speaker inside of a statue, and yeah, and she is terribly mistreated, and but as it goes on, she starts developing Stockholm syndrome for the leader. She's starting not to resist as much. When she gets pregnant, that looks, that supposedly that's going to be improving her life. That's what they tell her. um, and so she starts playing along with it, and she's not nearly as cowed as they think that she is. She still has a lot of fight in her, and she has a lot to fight for. And she does give birth to her son inside with her captors, and she does have some fire still with her, and she takes steps to take care of herself and her son. How she does it, I'll leave that up. This is a very small movie, really. Actually, this is a very small movie in both a story, of cast, and a time. It's a fast movie. It's only 70 minutes long, and it does play quick. Thank heaven for that. Um, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch what's happening to her. I won't. It's very uncomfortable. Um, and you're sitting there on one hand, you're sitting there going like, man, she's got to get out of this. How in the hell is she going to get out of this? And then you start thinking that maybe she had the baby of the devil. That's what really gets you thinking. It's like, maybe this is like, maybe this is like a Rosemary's Baby type of movie. It's not, but it does have some. I wouldn't even call it science fiction either. I definitely would call it horror. Definitely would call it horror. I call it suspense or crime drama or what have you. But I would not call it science fiction at all. There's no science fiction in this. Um, the cast is good. It's cast of people I never heard of. I'll just shout out the leading lady. Her name is Patricia Fishman, and she was really good. She's very exotic looking, and she gives a great performance as Kalima. And I really enjoyed her. You really identified with her. You really rooting for her, and that's what really saves this movie. What saves this movie is that you care about her a lot, and you really want to see the other people get their comeuppance. That's what holds you here, because this is not a pleasant movie to watch in many respects. But sort of like a Death Wish type of deal. Sort of like that. The old rape revenge movies. You're always waiting for the one person to get dealt with. I think it's the reason why we watch those movies, because it's not for the crime itself, because we want to see what the people did. We want to see them pay for what they did, and so the Sect doesn't disappoint in that respect. And like I said, it's a fast 70 minutes. I'm curious about Artploitation handling this. I definitely want to figure out, because this doesn't really seem like something that they would put out actually. I don't know. This seems to be like an early effort, per se, early release. I'm not sure. Not that they haven't done it since, because if anybody's ever seen Rondo, you'll know what I'm talking about. Um, but I'm curious to see how this movie got acquired. So I guess I will be asking our good friend Raymond Murray about that. But I would recommend this, believe it or not. I would recommend this. This is a good one-time watch, maybe two times. Go back and see what you missed. And if you love foreign film, of course, this is something I would recommend to you as well. There's no special features to it. That would have helped too, but with the micro budget being what it was, there's just no room here for it. The cast is only 4 people. So it tells you how small a budget this is, and so. All right, well that's all I got to say about this. I did like the. Well, I guess I could mention one thing. I could mention it was the camera work was done pretty well. The camera work was really well. Um, it's the mood is very the music. Oh my lord, I forgot about that. I got to put that in here. So what's really interesting about this movie is, while I said earlier before it wasn't sci-fi, and it's not, but it seemed like they lifted the soundtrack or the score from Forbidden Planet and overlaid it. If you've ever seen a Forbidden Planet, you'll hear about that electronic score. It seems like they lifted it and put it over the top of the Sect. That might be where the people got the sci-fi vibe from. I don't, but it's not a sci-fi vibe. It's definitely a drama, horror horror. All right, that's it for the Sect. I want to thank I thank our good buddy Hobbs for sending this over to us on Christmas. This is a good one, and thanks for doing it. And we will talk at you guys soon. Drop a comment down below. I know no one's ever heard of this movie, so just drop a comment down below saying, hi, how are you? Because no one's going to be sitting there going like, oh, yeah, I remember that. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see anybody saying, oh, yeah, I saw that. All right, that's it for us. We're out of here. Peace.